Was good, ballers? This is Jim's Ballin' back again with the Pigskin Pick'em with the predictions for week 11. But before we can do that, we gotta recap week 10. Now, I went 8-6 in week 10, not really that good. On the season though, I'm 91-61, and I'm doing all right. But for the picks, the Ravens, I thought they'd win a close one. That was a good pick there. The Giants let me down. I thought they were better than the Panthers, but nope. 49ers win, pretty easy pick. The Vikings was surprisingly close against the Jaguars, but Vikings win. And I did switch this pick from the video last time because I found out that Trevor Lawrence was actually injured and not going to play. So yes, I switched that pick up, but that's only because I didn't know Trevor Lawrence was injured and wasn't going to play. I mean, if Trevor Lawrence played in this game, the Jaguars probably would have won. But yeah, I switched it to the Vikings because, of course, next pick, the Bears let me down. Only 3 points. They are really struggling right now. The Bills, pretty easy pick there. Chiefs, pretty easy pick. The Saints pick, that was a good pick there. I predicted the upset. Not too many other people did, but I don't know. It just seemed like something that was going to happen. The Commanders let me down here. Chargers, easy pick. Eagles, easy pick. I really had some faith in the Jets here, but man, they are cooked. In a close one, the Texans lost, and the Rams let me down there. So yeah, 8-6, not the best, but we'll look to rebound this week, week 11, and starting off with a good one, the Washington Commanders at the Eagles. And this should be a good game. I'm expecting it to be high scoring, very close, very entertaining game. Games between these two, even in recent years with the Commanders being bad, it's still been close games and still really good. And with Jaden Daniels, then these games should be even better. This is always a good division matchup, and I have faith in the Eagles right now. And it's Eagles at home. They usually get the better of the Commanders, but should be close, really good. Wouldn't be surprised if the Commanders won. If the Commanders win this game, then we need to have some real discussions about them being maybe even contenders, but I have faith in the Eagles, so they'll win a close one. Next up, we got the Packers at the Bears, and I've lost all my faith in the Bears. Past couple of games for them have been really ugly since they lost to the Commanders. They've been looking really, really bad. Can't get anything going on offense, and that defense is still all right, but if you're not putting up any points, the defense can't just win a game by themselves. But yeah, I think the Packers should be able to get this win. Next up, we got the Jaguars at the Lions, and woof, this is tough for the Jaguars. Rest in peace, Mac Jones. You're gonna get cooked, buddy. Even the 1% of people picking the Jaguars, that seems maybe even too high, if we're being honest. The Lions should win this one. They're at home too. They should win this one easily. Next up, we got the Vikings at the Titans, and the Vikings struggled last week, but they're still getting wins. They still have a really good defense, and I don't have any faith in the Titans. I think they're actually the worst team in the league right now. Even with the Vikings not looking their best, playing against a really bad Titans team, they should still get a win here. If the Vikings lose this game, then they might need to be on fraud alert with barely beating the Jaguars, and then they lose to the Titans. I'd be extremely skeptical, but if they get the win this week, then the Vikings still are looking good. Next up, we got the Raiders at the Dolphins, and the Dolphins finally rebounded. They finally get a win, and I don't know what the Dolphins are playing for. Do they really think they're going to go 7-1 and make the playoffs? I don't think so, but maybe they believe in themselves. Maybe they're playing for their own pride. Maybe they're playing for Mike McDaniel's job security. But the Dolphins are still a pretty good team. They should get some wins, but I don't think they'll be able to stack enough wins to make the playoffs is the thing. And even if the Dolphins do just go on this miracle run, magically make the playoffs, do we really think they're going to beat any top AFC team? Looking at the Chiefs, they already lost to the Bills twice this year. I just don't have a lot of faith in the Dolphins, but playing against the Raiders, and it's a home game for the Dolphins, they should easily win this one. Just the outlook on the whole season is looking a little tough. I'm not sure how much winning these games helps you for next season, but it feels good to win games. So, maybe that's why you keep playing and winning games. Next up, we got the Rams at the Patriots, and this one could maybe be upset alert. Patriots at home, maybe. But I have a feeling that the Rams offense should be clicking better this next game here. The Patriots still aren't that good. They've been getting some upsets, getting a few wins, maybe better than we expected, but they're still not that good of a team. And I still expect the Rams to be able to win this game. Next up, we got the Browns at the Saints, and this one should be ugly. Not a good watch. Two really bad teams, but I got faith in the Saints. I think they just have a better quarterback, a better run game, better offense, and just overall a better team. And the Saints are at home here, so they should be able to take care of the Browns. And maybe you can see some more Jameis Winston, maybe some big picks. That'd be cool to see. Next up, we got the Ravens at the Steelers, and this should be a good one. I'm gonna go with the Ravens in this one just because they got the MVP front runner, and I just have faith that the Ravens will be able to put up enough points. Even though the Steelers defense is really good, I still think with Derrick Henry should be able to run the ball well enough. With Lamar, he's gonna do Lamar things. The Steelers are still a really good team, and if they win this game, then wow, then they're really impressing me. If the Steelers win this game, they might need to be in Super Bowl talks, but I just think the Ravens take care of business here. I mean, just looking at the quarterbacks, Lamar versus Russell Wilson, I think Lamar will have a better game, and I think the Ravens will win. Next up, we got the Colts at the Jets, and man, I feel bad picking both of these teams. I mean, I think Anthony Richardson's finally gonna get the start, but he's still really raw, still makes some bad decisions, really low completion percentage, and I don't have a lot of faith in him. And this Jets team have been they got dismantled, destroyed by the Cardinals, so I don't have any faith in the Jets. I don't have any faith in the Colts. Both these teams do not look good. They just are both going downhill, but I think the Jets will be able to do just enough. Anthony Richardson might make some bad decisions, and that'll be enough for the Jets to win the game, I think. But I'm really hoping Anthony Richardson actually plays, because he needs to get more experience. Even if he isn't winning games, even if he isn't looking the best, he still needs that experience. Next up, we got the Falcons at the Broncos. And the Falcons, I just don't have a lot of faith in them. It's hard for me to pick them. I mean, on paper, the Falcons should be a lot better than their record is. They're barely in the lead in their division, and their division is terrible. The injured Bucs are still hanging around. I mean, it's tough for the Falcons. They're just super inconsistent. They can't get together. The Broncos almost beat the Chiefs, so I mean, the Broncos have been looking better than expected this year. Bo Nix has been solid. That defense is really good. And I think the Broncos at home will be able to do enough to win this game. Like I said, I just don't have a lot of faith in the Falcons right now, and the Broncos have been doing surprisingly decent, so I'm going to go with them to get the win at home. Next up, we got the Seahawks at the 49ers. And with the Seahawks, I feel kind of a lot of the same sentiment as I do with the Falcons. Super inconsistent and a little bit of a disappointing season. They started off 3-0, and it's looking like it was their division to lose, and right now they're looking like the worst team in their division from looking like the best, so kind of disappointing, and I don't have a lot of faith in the Seahawks right now. The 49ers have been looking better. Got CMC back. Ricky Pearsall looks really good, so I think the 49ers easily take care of the Seahawks here. Next up, we got the game of the year so far. The Kansas City Chiefs against the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are at home. Looks like they're favorites to win. Will they finally be able to take care of the Chiefs? I say no. I think history repeats itself. I think the Chiefs will, again, barely win a game. It's hard for me to pick against the Chiefs. Until they actually lose a game, then I think I'll actually pick against them. But I'd really like it if the Bills won, because I'm getting a little sick of the Chiefs, if I'm being honest. But I think the Chiefs will still win this one. Next up, we got the Bengals at the Chargers. And this should actually be a pretty good game. The Bengals desperately need a win, and the Chargers have been cooking, looking really nice. But I think the Bengals are just really desperate. I think they're going to play really hard, and I think they just need this win more than the Chargers. So they'll be able to get the win. I have faith in the Bengals. But it should be a close one, and it should be a good one. And lastly, we got the Houston Texans at the Dallas Cowboys. At the beginning of this season, this looked like this could be a really good matchup, but with the Texans looking a little disappointing, not as good as they could be. The Cowboys, just Dak Prescott's gone. He's injured. And the Cowboys are just a complete mess. This battle for Texas is going to be kind of lame. I think Nico Collins will actually finally be back for the Texans, and the Texans should easily win this one. I don't have any faith in Trey Lance or Cooper Rush. Let's be real here. So yeah, Texans should be able to win this one, and I'm gonna predict a total points scored being 36. And yeah, Texans for the win. But yeah, that'll wrap this video up. Hopefully these are some good picks. Maybe you should pick the opposite of me because I'm not the best at this.